It just must have so much power compared to the others. That's all I can think of. Baris, Baris ad Yamam, Yamam. Good first stint. Let's keep it up. Doing well. Let's keep it up. I did not cross that line. There's no way. There's no way. Come on, give me a gap. 8 seconds, there it is. Oh, come on. Keep it neat. Finally hit an apex.
My controller just disconnected in the middle of driving. What the hell? I better not do it again. Man, that was horrible. Alright. We got this. Stay focused. Final lap. Oh my god, I did it again. Fucking hell, man. How am I still 9.5 seconds up? I did a 29 before with my controller disconnecting. Oh man. Ruining my rhythm. I had that issue like a year ago, but I've got a new cable, so I shouldn't have that issue anymore, and a new controller. Dude, this is ugly. Missing so many apexes. A bit of Dori Dori in the Castrol Supra to celebrate. Yes! Yes! Oh, my first win in a long time from my Gran Turismo hiatus. Just fuck yeah, still 7.5 second lead despite my controller disconnecting twice, slowing me down majorly in turn 1. Oh my, yes, that's right, I just beat you pre when you used me as a wall last race. That's right, that's what happens when you can't try to compensate for your lack of racecraft. You end up 11 seconds adrift with my controller disconnecting twice. Nice. Aha. Win at the Red Bull Ring. I think that's my first win at the Red Bull Ring. Gee, incredible that I got that win. My last 3 races, I've used 3 different cars. So the fact that I just won with the Supra, pole position, fastest lap, perfect victory, and Senna the GOAT with the win. Damn right. Damn fucking right. And that's just Senna-esque. That's exactly what Senna does. Just dominates everything. Pole position, fastest lap, wins a race, has a problem mid-race multiple times, still no problem. So good. Basking. Should have had 4 world championships. He was robbed of one of his championships by the, what was his name? Bastry or whatever, the FIA French president at the time, colluding to try to get Alain Prost another championship. And he did. Prick. Go Senna! And Castrol Supra. Yes. I beat them with my speed and power. Oh, yes. Aha. Thank you, Sparky.
that is how you end the session. That was good. Cable, I use the cable because it lowers the latency. It should not be happening. It's concerning. Hope it doesn't keep happening. Oh. Led from green flag to checkered flag. Speed and power. Edison Castrol Supra. Yes. My first win at the Red Bull Ring in Austria Spielberg. I'm just basking in Spielberg, Austria right now, basking in that win. And there we have it. Now, my 8th victory from 89 starts, 38 top 5s. Slowly getting towards halfway. I think it was at about a quarter maybe before last night. Back with ASR. And now I'm just all waffling along. So good. The Gran Turismo experience after being punted who knows how many times. Determined to have a good result. I tried the NSX. That felt weird. It didn't feel agile. You could get the power down easier, but it didn't feel agile like the Supra. And maybe it's worse on the brakes. I don't know. I think it was just mainly it didn't feel as agile. Definitely more stable. And then the M6. I didn't choose the M6, but all of a sudden it put me in the M6. And I'm like, okay. And that felt good. More like the Supra. It felt like it was really strong on the brakes. And it gets the power down a lot better than the Supra. But the Supra just must have way more power than all the others, power to weight or something. And less drag. I don't know. The Supra doesn't feel too bad. It's more agile than the NSX. Definitely more tail happy than all of them. It doesn't brake as well as the M6. But yeah, if you just shift up into a higher gear, short shifting, it's not too bad. Tame that rear end, and there we go. We get a win! What a crazy way to get a win. Absolutely bonkers. Alrighty, that's enough from me. If you like that, give it a like. If you didn't, if you hated it, give it a dislike. Subscribe if you want to, but if you don't worry about it. All right. Okay. Arrivederci.